Boeing 737 MAX, which became infamous after the two crashes, Lion Air Flight 610 and Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, which killed 346 people, is set to take the skies again. Between March 2019 and December 2019, after the two deadliest crashes in aviation history, many countries began grounding the plane when it was found that both the crashes were of the same model by Boeing. The 737 MAX, which became the fastest-selling plane in Boeing's history, would have catapulted Boeing ahead of its competitors, but the same plane ultimately became a thorn in the side for Boeing. The coronavirus pandemic was the final nail in the coffin, as it severely depressed the demand for air travel all over the world. Boeing's 737 Max debacle is now infamously branded as the most expensive corporate blunder ever. How expensive, you ask? Well, the cost incurred by Boeing for the grounding came out to a whopping total of $20.7 billion. And this figure doesn't even include the legal fees or the compensation to the families of the victims, who are set to receive $1.2 million each, which is likely to balloon the total cost by another $500 million. Add to that the fact that Boeing hasn't delivered a single 737 MAX plane in nearly 2 years. Not to mention the depleted confidence of customers in Boeing's planes. Well, the future looks bleak for Boeing, to say the least, at least in the Department of Commercial Airplanes. 20 months after Boeing's 737 MAXs were grounded all over the world by regulators, the latest version of Boeing's 737 MAX jetliner has been given the go-ahead by the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration. Boeing's hope going into the future depends on the rapid surge in demand for almost 4,000 back orders for jets, which were canceled by various airlines following the grounding of the 737 jetliner. The number of jets in storage in Boeing facilities will only add to its financial woes, with many airlines refusing to accept those jets because of a pandemic which decimated air travel. Additionally, the grounding served as an excuse for many airlines to refuse the jetliners. How can airlines reject the jets that they've already ordered? Simple. Boeing, in their contract, indicated that the customers could walk away from the order if they couldn't deliver their planes within the year, and thanks to many regulators grounding the MAX jets, the airlines simply walked away from the deal. The company built 450 MAX jets during the grounding, but it hasn't delivered a single 737 MAX plane in that nearly 2-year period. The pits have estimated that the industry has been pushed back to 2003 levels of passenger traffic. So in all of this turmoil, where is Boeing looking to bring back the cheddar that it's lost? Boeing's answer is India. That's right, Boeing has gone all out to make India their primary market for future growth of the company. Okay, so there are two parts to this story, the commercial angle and the not-so-obvious military angle. Let's quickly take a look at Boeing's revenue. Around 49% of Boeing's revenue comes from selling commercial airplanes, while around 30% of that revenue comes from selling defense, space, and security systems. Boeing plans to ramp up both military and the commercial aspect when it comes to its Indian growth story. The commercial angle. From a market point of view, India is going to be the third largest civil aviation in the world. According to an analysis by Airbus, India is going to require nearly 2,000 new aircrafts in the next 18 years to cater to its whopping 1.4 billion people, with many small airports popping up in small towns in India. With the Indian government increasingly making connectivity a top priority, the number of commercial aircrafts needed by India is only slated to increase. 2,000 new aircrafts is almost triple that of India's current total. Indian carriers like Indigo have already ordered hundreds of planes from Airbus, Boeing's main rival. Airbus has already made huge inroads to India. According to the managing director of Airbus India and South Asia, they've delivered one aircraft every week to India in 2019 and have become an integral part of the Airbus's supply chain, which caters to any component, parts, or spares that may require replacement in the aircraft. Indian carriers like the Indigo have already placed about 300 A320neo family aircrafts, making it Airbus's largest ever order in history. With more wealth and an ever-growing middle class, Indian flyers are expected to double in the next decade. India's rapidly growing population and the economy booming are the major factors to boosting the industry for decades to come. Boeing projects the Indian market to grow at an estimated 7.7%, nearly double the overall global market of 4.3%. With such tremendous growth, Boeing is eyeing a huge share in the ever-increasing Indian commercial aviation market. The military angle. In 2019, India became the largest operator of the strategic and combat C-17 Globemaster aircraft outside of the United States. India is also the second biggest operator of Boeing's anti-submarine warfare aircraft P-81 Poseidon after the US. Apart from this, India also operates Boeing's Apache attack helicopter and heavy lift helicopter called Chinook. India is Boeing's largest overseas operations outside of the US in terms of manpower deployment and component sourcing. Boeing is also in the run to supply India with 144 fighter jets, the world's biggest military procurement in recent years, offering its advanced F-15EX fighter jet. Boeing is also in the run to supply India with 57 FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jets for the Indian Navy, to be used on India's aircraft carriers. Boeing calls India its top market for the company and critical to Boeing's international growth plans. And no doubt, India has already become the topmost market outside of the United States, with $1 billion worth of products and services sourced from India, which go into the most advanced Boeing aircrafts. Boeing has also established a growing defense base in India, which has invested in manufacturing, skills and development, and engineering. Boeing has partnered with nearly 200 companies in India for the supply chains for global market, and has also partnered with Indian conglomerate Tata, which currently manufactures fuselages for Apache attack helicopters in Hyderabad, India. With more than 3,500 people directly employed by Boeing in India and another 7,000 people working in Boeing's supply chain partners, with an additional establishment of a research facility which is expected to employ 4,000 engineers, Boeing has really gone all out in India. All of this, though significant, is still a drop in India's arsenal of weapons or airplanes. As Boeing outlines a 20-year plan for the Indian market to supply India with commercial jetliners and fighter jets, it remains to be seen if Boeing could get a massive chunk of the Indian market, which otherwise is dominated by Airbus at the moment. So we will leave it right here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and please do give this video a like, and we will see you guys next time.